All right, Mr. Taliaferro TV, how's everybody doing out there? Next off, I want to set off this disclaimer. These are two phenomenal talents. I do think that's worth noting. I have an immense amount of respect for both of these talents just because I don't think either of the two get enough credit. Now, with that being said, Teyana Taylor and Jeremih are beefing. Now, I don't know if you knew this or not, but these two are on a tour. And technically, it is Jeremih's tour, right? It's Jeremih's on a tour. They're doing some dates. They were in New York the other night, and oh my goodness, that crowd was lit. But from what I've seen, the crowd was not lit for Jeremih. They were lit for an opener, Teyana Taylor. Again, it's Jeremih's tour, but Teyana Taylor, from what I've been told and from what I've been seeing, most of these nights is getting a bigger pop. Now, just to break down how tours work, because it's Jeremih's tour, at the end of the day, the foot of the bill, most of it goes on, it's Jeremih and his team, and whatever label he's on, it's their responsibility. Let's just make that clear. All right, so Teyana ain't putting up the bag that Jeremih's putting up on this tour. I think that's worth noting. So the two are not getting along. And Teyana Taylor decided to air Jeremih out online, and she quit the tour today. Or yesterday rather. This is what she said. I've been extremely mistreated on this tour. So on that note, I will no longer continue to stay on the later in night tour, because if I do, I'm going to end up knocking this nigga out. I'm sorry to all those who have purchased tickets to see me. I will make sure everyone gets refunded. You have fans asking her pretty much, who are you even on tour with? She's laughing. She said, Jeremih, I really do think he the second coming of Michael Jackson. I think I've seen Teyana Taylor answer a couple more questions online, pretty much asking what was her frustration about. And she said something along the lines of, yo, pretty much he's switching shit last minute and not being a vocal person about his changes. She thought they were on the same page a few days ago when they had a meeting, and he's doing different in person, and she's fed up with it. All right, so Jeremih did respond to this. This when shit got interesting. I'm not gonna lie. This nigga, this damn fool, this nigga posted the Lil Duval video with the smile bitch. I'm living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with you niggas. And then the caption for it, which is petty, was KTSE. For those who don't know, Teyana Taylor's last project, the one that Kanye produced, was entitled Keep That Same Energy. So he hashtag KTSE telling Teyana to keep that same energy. It was a double entendre. Now, from there, Teyana Taylor went on to, she said this nigga is lazy, sneaky, jealous, conniving, selfish, lame. Don't ever try to play me, Petunia. They come to see me, then 80% of the room leave after my set, nigga. Work my ass off every city, every night. You've done nothing this whole tour but act like a diva in your princess chair, nigga. I'm adding the niggas to this, by the way. Just for dramatic effect. Teyana Taylor wasn't done. She said, and you know you don't want no smoke, nigga. All right, she actually said that, nigga. That wasn't one that I added in. She said, matter of fact, she took back the nigga after she said it. She said, princess. Yeah, Jeremih, where you at now? I want you to keep that same energy since you playing on words. Matter of fact, Teyana Taylor was so pissed, she hopped on her IG Live to address the creator of Birthday Sex. She said this.
Past you that you didn't make sure it was water on my stage before I walked on them. My sound up, my lights up. You got mad and changed your set 6 times. You took the video man, had him my videos to make sure your videos are straight, because your lazy ass want to sit in that chair all day talking about singing your songs or whispering your songs. Bitch, don't ever try me. And the part that's pissing me off even more is because we had a whole talk in New York. We was cool, everybody was talking. So for us to get to Boston, the part that pissed me off the most is we get to Boston and this gonna go out on her set talking about, shout out to Teyana Taylor for opening up for me. We just had a whole conversation about equal rights. Now you playing with me. Now you playing with me. Now you playing with me. And now I want to fight. You feel what I'm saying? Because now you doing it on purpose, my nigga. And you ain't about to sit here and tell me that it wasn't shade.
And if that wasn't enough, y'all know damn well Iman Shump wasn't going to sit around and let his girl end up in a beef, a spat, whatever you want to call it, with anybody, especially a man. Iman Shump hopped in that comment section to Jeremiah and said, if this is a threat you sent to my wife, nigga, send it my way, nigga. And I added that nigga because it just needed, again, a dramatic effect. I needed that. Now, I'm going to set off this disclaimer with Iman Shump. Now, any other year, you would have heard me more passionate about Iman Shump getting into any type of physical altercation with anybody, because for the most part of the last 4 to 5 years, Iman had been on teams with LeBron James. Y'all know how I feel about LeBron. We in the championships. We don't need all those distractions. But Iman Shump got traded. LeBron's no longer in Cleveland. Iman Shump's in Sacramento. His season's going to be boring at best next year. Hey, look, man. Iman Shump could use a fight or two to spice his career up. Go for it, Iman. Smack Jeremiah if you got to. I'm just setting off that disclaimer. Look, y'all know how I feel about LeBron. Anyways, back to this smoke. Teyana Taylor claims that Jeremiah is just unprofessional and going back on his word. If you guys remember, Party Next Door and Jeremiah's tour ended abruptly because they couldn't get along. And if you hear Party Next Door speak on it, he said some of these same things. Now, a lot of people didn't jump to Party's defense because Party Next Door has been somewhat of this mystical creature, right? We all feel like Party should talk more and kind of give his side to stories and ways he's been mistreated by not only guys like Jeremiah, but Drake and OVO and company. So a lot of people ain't really just hop out on the ledge in Party situation with Jeremiah, but he spoke on some of these things. He said that he wasn't treated fairly. And just to give y'all a little bit of background information on what I know of Jeremiah, he's painful, tough to work with. Like, he's got a great relationship with guys like Ty Dolla $ign and Hitmaker, aka Young Bird, but I mean, the industry says he's tough to work with. I don't know if you guys know this or not. Jeremiah's face is not known. Like, the people know his voice, people don't know his face because he doesn't do interviews. He cancels interviews over and over again. He's one of the people known in the industry for setting up an interview, booking an interview, and just not pulling up. That's been his thing since day one. And that's kind of why people have been unable to connect the face to the person making these phenomenal hooks. And like I said earlier, Jeremiah's a phenomenal talent, but he has been unable to connect the face to the brand, which has probably stopped him from growing as a star in the R&B world. And again, that just reiterates this whole notion that Jeremiah doesn't do the best of business. And according to Teyana Taylor, she claims that he wasn't doing good business with her, and that forced her to leave his tour. And now Iman Shump and Teyana Taylor want that smoke via the R&B way with Jeremiah. Thank y'all so much for the time, love, and support. I don't take it for granted. Salute. I'm out. What up, Pharaohs? I decided to step my game up again. I've created a music reaction Instagram page. That way, you guys can be up to date on some of the latest new music in the atmosphere. And you guys can also send me some of your music as well. And you will get Mr. TALIAFERRO'S first reaction to your record, for good or for bad, or an artist that we talk about on my platform's music, for good or for bad. Again, follow me on Instagram, Mr. TALIAFERRO TV. Again, that's Mr. TALIAFERRO TV. And you get more of yours truly.